Uh, s- so basically, this topic is very simple, I would say, and an interesting one. So as you know, the topic name is essential qualities of a, good team player. So I think most of us, as a team members, always wants to be a good team players, and based on my working experience for long, I have placed few qualities which a good team player can have into four sections. Okay, so it would be interesting one to see, like, how I have planned it, and maybe I'm not correct in my whole sense, but this what I felt of sharing with you guys. So let's dive into the first section. Okay, so the first section is interpersonal skills. So as we all know, like a good team players, we should have this skill of interpersonal skills, wherein we see of effective communications. Okay, so effective communication, as a small line which I have written, is active listening, clear concise expressions, and providing constructive feedback. Right. So basically, I can give you few examples wherein you guys can relate why it is important. So maybe it's like active listening. I think you guys have seen a lot of time in the team. As you work in a team, the client says something and then we deliver something. Managers tell something, and uh, you know uh, the team member does something else. So that's the reason active listening is very important as a good team player. The second point is something like clear and concise expression, right? So that means basically you should be a person wherein you speak little but you provide more information, a lot of information. The simple example, what I have felt in many of the communication when I have it, like especially when someone needs help. Okay, start that person starts telling the entire story, and then in after and listening to the entire story, I have to stop him and ask him, okay, now tell me exactly what you require. So that what exactly you require is that clear and concise expression. So instead of telling the all the story behind it, try to be more constructive and uh, get that information in few words to the other party. And the last is that providing constructive feedback. Now I think we have lot of channels wherein you can give constructive feedback, but there are a lot of times it is given in the constructive feedback is given, but it is in a general term, wherein you can say, like, I have certain things to tell for a particular member in QA. So instead of giving it to a particular member, the feedback, I give it to the entire QA. So I will say, like, QA is not focused on UI testing or something like that, where it's not a right way, because there will be few people who will be working day and night. You just imagine someone working at day and night, and he slept extending his night shift, and then morning he says the message that they are not good, QAs are not doing properly, right? So it gives a very bad impression, or a very mental torture for them. So that constructive feedback, whenever I've seen a lot of people giving feedback, but then it should be given in precise way. For example, if you want to give it to Steven or Paresh or Llewellyn, so it should be, okay, Llewellyn, you are not doing it, and it's better always that you start with a personal level. And here I think there are one more thing which we team member should have, it is like they should be good at giving feedback as well as receiving end of the feedback also. So that is also important as a good uh, good team player. The second point, what I have kept it for the interpersonal skill, is empathy and understanding. So this is again a very important point as a good team players. Okay, I can give you one here example, like we see, like, people working together for 1 2 years, so even 3 years, and then suddenly that team member performance drop. He is absent for few days, or he comes late, or his quality of work is not that good. And the person who is there working with the same person who is there working with you, for example, for 1 2 years, wherein you didn't had any problem, you suddenly start facing problem, right? And then you create all negative aspect about that person also. You should have that empathy to see and understand from his side, whether he's sick, or whether his family is going through some problem, or he has some problem, personal problem out of it. So we should understand that all the days are not same for us, neither for me, neither for you. There will be ups and downs. So we should have that empathy and understanding, ability to show, see the other perspective and show compassion to them. And that's also a very good quality a team member should have it. Okay, the third thing is conflict resolution, strategies for handling disagreement and finding a common ground. This is also a very important thing which I felt when it comes to intercommunication skills. So conflicts, I think, in any team there will be conflict. So it depends on what strategies you follow to handle that disagreement. I think I can give you an example of myself here. Me, Pritesh, we are working since now almost 9+ years. But I think I always have opposite thoughts of Pritesh. Like, we will not have the same viewpoint of what we are doing, not even the resources. And but what has helped us to work together is, there will be few things which he listens from my side, and there will be few things which he listens. Okay, we both agree on a common ground. I can give you one example of even for resource. I decide on three resources, and my plan I show him, but then he will say, no, I cannot give you this all three resources. And obviously, as me, I'll always ask for good resources. So he will give me I'll just mention, like, give me one that good resource, and uh, you know give me the other two resource which you are telling for that particular project. So that's how we come on a common ground. But this is another good thing, what a good quality of a good team player should have. It's not always like, what you suggest or what you have in your mind will be executed in the team. And it should not you should not get offended with it. You should get adjust to that, and uh, you know uh, get agreement towards it, and solve the whatever problems you have within it. So this is the one section as a good team player, qualities of a good team player. The Let's move to the next section. Why it is not clicking? Okay, it is the same. Okay, so the next section is teamwork and collaborations. Okay, so collaborations, I think we all know, and we have demonstrated a lot of times in many times in our company, when there are some issues. And recently we had some crisis in Bangladesh. We all work together towards a common goal, and that is a very good sign of, as a SJ we have it. And the other part of collaboration is also, what I felt is sharing responsibilities. Okay, which I think we should have it in our, which might we have to improve it a little more, because we all work together as a goal which we can see. But I can tell you, there are some few examples wherein I can share one wherein, there are a lot of times you will see there are four members working on a project, and out of four, there is one person who is, maybe it's his shift ends at 6, but he will always leave at 9:30, 10, and the other three will go in the usual time, right? Now there will be, if you can show some empathy or understanding towards that person, and if you see that most of the time that person is handling some complex, maybe tickets, or he is given a little extra workload because of his skill sets. Okay, so in this case what should be done is, you guys have to think, like, instead of that one person going at 10 and other person going at 6, 6:30 is normal timing when they finish their work actually, if they can show some empathies and good collaboration and share responsibilities, basically if they can, all three of them can extend 1 hour of their each, so all people will able to reach at 7. I know it's like little mathematically correct, but if all the responsibilities are shared together, all people can reach early. Everybody has their own families, right? So but The point over here is sharing responsibilities. Instead of just if that person is doing, that doesn't mean it should be given to everything to him, because as a manager we always see at the end goal, right? But it is always important, as you guys in the team should try to help each others and share responsibilities. The next point over here is trust and respect. So building trust among team members and treating everyone with respect. Now here, when I wrote this point, saw this point, I had a very good example which I have, basically recently it has come more. It is like when there is a team, and it's a responsibility as a leaders for us also. As a team, when we see it, it's like we create our own levels in the team. Like basically we have the low level developers or non low level coders, then there is an average coders, and then there are expert coders. Now here what happens in when you work in this kind of a team, it's like the top person who is there as an expert doesn't want to work with the average. The average doesn't work with doesn't want to work with a low level coders. And it always becomes difficult. Just imagine you are at the receiving end, maybe it's a average, or you are at the bottom. You are treated like no, 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 he's not a low coder or something. I think we all as a coders have a equal skills. Maybe there are some things wherein like we have not given that opportunities where we had some experience. So that's the only thing different. And I think as a team members, whenever any of the team members are given to you, you should trust your team members, as well as this include even the TLs or even the managers. We combine in a team such way that the person who has little low experience, I not say he is a less coder, but he has a less experience in coding, he gets that opportunities and learn with you. So you should trust us and give respect to them. So that's how the team is built. And it's always there are some few cases we see disrespect toward that person, wherein we say, oh no, I don't want to work, he's not capable or something. But as a TLs or as a managers, we know how the team is built. So you should at least trust us and respect that person. And I think that's how a good team player quality will come into picture, and achieve that common goal. Okay, so the next thing is adaptability, being flexible and open to change. I think this is very important when it comes to a good team player. uh, I think here I can give you a very good example. Again, myself, okay, I'll include Pritesh also here. Wherein uh, I was a developer, a PHP developer when I started before joining here. When I came over here, I joined as there was nothing called as front end, back end. We joined as a web designers, and the requirement to work over here when we started as designer was not there. I used to do graphic. The only thing I knew was the tool, how to use it, neither the nothing. But the team required it, so team required it, and then I did graphics. I think Pritesh also did it graphic, he was into front end. Then team required us to move to animation. We both of have no clue about it, but we moved into that. Then again, email development, we also didn't like it, but team needed it, we had to move it. And now we had to again move to Next.js or React.js. Okay, we had little bit of interest in JS, but then again we have to, it was difficult for us, we took it as a challenge, we moved it towards it. The reason to tell you is that I always tell the junior members who join it, like, nobody is stopping you to learn anything. Always they feel like we are not given equal opportunities or anything. Nobody is stopping you from learning. The point to tell you is you should be adaptable to the things what team is required. So as a good quality of a team members, you should be very adaptive whatever comes in your way. Maybe it's nothing like you will like it. Work is always like that, you will not get what you like. Okay, if it gets you, it's good chance that you will like it. But nobody is stopping you to learn. Whatever you like, you learn it, but whatever comes as a work, you have to take it. And that is what is a good, I think, a team player has to learn or know about it. So This is the second sections as a good team player. That is a teamwork and collaboration. So let's move to the third one. After all these things, the most important thing comes is professionalism and work ethics. Okay, for the first point in this reliability and dependability. So this is very important, as a good team player should have it, and this is what is known as creating your own brand. Okay, creating your own brand and your own trust towards your team. Okay, so this is very, very important. I can tell you a few examples on a lighter note, wherein we or myself, I know that this project needs to be delivered tomorrow, and I know somehow this will be not delivered for so and so reason, and I am 100% sure that the next day that person will take a sick leave. So just imagine the what the manager will think of that team member. So that shows that that person doesn't that whoever the leader is doesn't have the trust on it, and it's a very bad sign for a good team player. So you should have that mentality to create your brand such that if certain things are given to you, it is achieved in a timely manner and with full commitments. Okay, and I think it's the other way around. We have some few members, and we have come in this year we have seen few members wherein we know that it looks tough, but we have given to a particular person, and we know he will be able to achieve, as he has said that maybe it's a day or night, he will make it sure that it will achieve the deadline. So that shows a good sign of a team player is reliability and dependability. The second thing is here is positive attitude. I think this is very important as a good team player. Now, where it will help you, uh, most of the time, and actually every time, I would say it will help you when taking challenges. Unless you don't have that attitude of a positive attitude, you will not able to do it. Now, this when you are grown in your position, maybe as a senior developer, this is very important to have it. Unless you don't have that positive attitude, your team members will never support you. Okay, basically, you just think like, there is a new project wherein there is some new tech involved in it. Maybe it's a JS framework. Instead of directly telling, we have never done it, we don't know, and just avoiding it. We just have to think like, whatever will come, it will be for the sometimes it will be for the first time. Though the tech will be there, there will be sometime the first time, right? So we need to check whether it is possible in some sort of way, like maybe it's a JS framework, we have never done it, how complex it is. What are the we have all I think we can take an advantage of our vendors, right? Now we have vendors, so there is also an external help which can be provided. So there is all things which we can combine together to have that positive attitude towards it, and see like, what are the possibilities which we can come and communicate to the TLs or managers. This is the scenarios, and I feel like we can take it, and then the final call can be taken. But the first thing, whenever you see anything, you should have that positive attitude, so that you can take the challenges. And the final thing, I think everybody can relate to this, is problem solving. As a programmers and as a developers, we should have that mentality of problem solving, that is identifying, addressing challenges effectively. Okay, so this is the one, and then I think the last one. So everybody will have one specific questions. You said that, sharing responsibilities, you said you cannot create layers and everything, right? But the main thing is, you will say that the person is not able to do it, or he doesn't have that skill set which I am required, so how to deal with and all. So as a good team player, this last section is also very, very important, that is having a specific skills and knowledge. So that is a responsibility of all each of the team members to have this. So technical skills, possessing the necessary skills to contribute to the team's goals. So here, to note is, it is not what you have your expertise only, it is like what teams needs you, that technical skills you should have it. Like for example, in Avengers, if someone doesn't have the skills of contentful, whether he likes it or doesn't likes it, If he has it, it's value for us. If he doesn't have it, we don't have that value for it. He knows Javas, it's very good, it is professional, he will do very wonders there, but it is not there in my team. So the technical skills which the team requires, you should get it. The second thing is domain expertise. Now, a lot of members will again have a questions like, I'm contradicting to the questions wherein I say, like, you should be adaptable. But the other thing which I also said is, like, nobody stops you from learning, right? So it's like, you, whatever you like it, you go in depth of it and become a domain expert. I always believe you cannot be a domain expert what you don't like. So what you like, become a domain expert of it. Maybe we myself is very small developers, you can say, but whenever still whatever we have done, like maybe it's animation, emails, or anything. But if today also, if anything comes as a complex UI, or anything comes in the email development, we always say that we are a domain expert. I think UI in complex, we can beat the best in the world. Okay, so at that level, we had done it at the domain expertise. So that you should have it. And the last thing is continuous learning. Stay up to date with industry trends and best practices. So as a team member, you should be always be looking out for news on maybe Twitter or LinkedIn, and keep up your knowledge, at least, if not working, but keep up your knowledge at least at industry trends, and always try to improve in what you are doing with the best practices. So this is altogether a small my experience and all the points which I shared to you on how to be a good team players or quality of a good team players.